The fluorescent lights in Dr. Kim's office felt too bright as my mother slid the manila folder across his desk with practiced confidence. "She's been committed before," my mother said, her voice dripping with false concern. "Paranoid delusions about us. We're just trying to get her the help she needs." I sat frozen in the chair beside her, my father's hand heavy on my shoulder, not comforting, but restraining. They'd ambushed me at my apartment that morning, insisting I needed emergency psychiatric evaluation, and threatening to call the police if I didn't come voluntarily. "These episodes have been getting worse," my father added, squeezing my shoulder when I tried to speak. "She makes up wild stories about us trying to steal from her, control her life. Classic paranoid behavior." Dr. Kim opened the folder, his expression unreadable as he scanned the documents. I caught glimpses of official-looking letterhead, psychiatric evaluation forms, commitment papers. All fake. All designed to make me look insane. "According to these records," Dr. Kim said slowly, "Olivia was an inpatient at Riverside Psychiatric Hospital from March to May of last year." "That's not true," I said, but my mother talked over me. "See, this is exactly what we mean. She denies documented facts. She can't accept reality. The inheritance delusions are the worst," my father said, playing his part perfectly. "She thinks we're trying to steal money from her grandmother's estate. As if we would ever." "Interesting," Dr. Kim interrupted, still studying the papers. "These are quite detailed. Diagnosis of paranoid personality disorder, recommendations for extended treatment, medication logs." My heart sank. The forgeries were good. Too good. My parents had clearly paid someone with access to create authentic-looking records. Who would believe me over official documents? "We just want our daughter back," my mother dabbed at her eyes with a tissue. "The real Olivia, not this suspicious, hostile person she's become." Dr. Kim set down the papers and looked directly at me. "Olivia, what do you remember about your time at Riverside?" "I was never there," I said firmly. "Last spring I was finishing my master's degree. I can prove it. I have my thesis, graduation records, photos." "More delusions," my father sighed. "She creates elaborate false memories." "I see." Dr. Kim leaned back in his chair. "Mrs. Warren, Mr. Warren, these records indicate that Dr. Patricia Huang was Olivia's primary psychiatrist at Riverside. Do you remember her?" My mother nodded quickly. "Yes, of course. Lovely woman. Very thorough. And the treating physician was, let me see." He consulted the papers. "Dr. James Kim." "That's interesting." "Is it?" my father asked, his voice slightly strained. Dr. Kim smiled then, but it wasn't a pleasant smile. "Very interesting. Because I'm Dr. James Kim. And I can state with absolute certainty that I never treated your daughter at Riverside Psychiatric Hospital." The silence in the room was deafening. There must be some mistake," my mother stammered. "Another Dr. Kim, perhaps?" "No mistake," Dr. Kim continued calmly. "I was the only Dr. James Kim at Riverside during that period. More importantly, I have access to all patient records from my time there. Your daughter was never a patient." He pulled out his phone. "Security, please come to office 314. We have a situation involving forged medical documents." "Wait," my father stood up. "This is a misunderstanding. Sit down, Mr. Warren." Dr. Kim's voice was steel. "Forging medical records is a federal crime. Using fraudulent psychiatric documents to attempt involuntary commitment is conspiracy, fraud, and false imprisonment." My mother's carefully constructed mask finally cracked. "You don't understand. She inherited $2 million from her grandmother. She's not capable of managing." "Ah," Dr. Kim nodded. "And there's the motive. I found my voice. Grandma left me everything because she knew exactly what they were. She saw how they treated me." "Ungrateful brat," my mother snarled, all pretense gone. "We raised you. That money should be ours." "Please keep talking," Dr. Kim said mildly. "This is all being recorded for legal purposes." 2 security guards entered, followed by a woman in a suit who introduced herself as the hospital's legal counsel. "I've already contacted the FBI," she said. "Forging medical records involving interstate healthcare facilities falls under their jurisdiction. They're very interested in this case." My father tried one last manipulation. "Olivia, sweetheart, tell them this is a mistake. We're family." "Family doesn't try to have me committed to steal my inheritance," I replied. Dr. Kim turned to me. "Olivia, I need to ask, are you safe? Do you have somewhere to go?" "Yes. My own apartment. They don't have keys anymore." "Good. I'm recommending a restraining order immediately. Ms. Chun here will help you with the paperwork. As security began escorting my parents out, my mother turned back. You'll regret this. No one will believe you over us. We're respectable people. The FBI tends to believe evidence over reputation, Ms. Chun said dryly. And forged federal documents are excellent evidence. After they were gone, Dr. Kim sat with me as I shook with delayed reaction. How did you really know? I asked. You weren't really at Riverside, were you? He smiled, a real smile this time. I was. But what tipped me off wasn't just the forgery. It was you. Me. When someone's been institutionalized, especially involuntarily, they show certain behaviors. Hypervigilance around medical staff, specific language patterns, physical responses to clinical settings. You showed none of that. Plus, he pulled up something on his computer. I always check our inter-hospital database. You've never been a psychiatric patient anywhere. They were so confident, I whispered. The documents looked so real. They probably paid someone good money for those forgeries. Which makes it even more serious. This was clearly premeditated. Ms. Chun returned with forms. The FBI wants to meet with you tomorrow. Can you bring any documentation about your inheritance? Any previous threats or suspicious behavior from your parents? I almost laughed. I have 3 years' worth. Emails, texts, voicemails. My grandmother helped me document everything before she died. She said they'd try something like this. Smart woman, Dr. Kim said. She protected you even after she was gone. The next year was a whirlwind of legal proceedings. The FBI investigation uncovered a network of document forgers my parents had hired through the dark web. They'd paid $50,000 for the fake medical records, using money they'd stolen from my grandmother while she was dying. Both my parents were charged with multiple federal crimes: conspiracy to commit fraud, identity theft, forgery of government documents, and attempted false imprisonment. The text messages between them planning the scheme sealed their fate. The psychiatrist's plan is perfect. Once she's committed, we get power of attorney. Make sure the forgeries are perfect. We only get one shot. 2 million will solve all our problems. She owes us anyway. They each got 5 years in federal prison. The real Dr. Patricia Huang from Riverside testified at the trial. She was horrified that someone had forged her signature and offered to provide real therapy to help me process the trauma. I took her up on it. During one session, she asked me something profound. How does it feel to know your parents saw you not as their daughter, but as an obstacle to money? Liberating, I answered honestly. Because now I can stop trying to earn love that was never there. My grandmother's inheritance did more than make me financially secure. It revealed the truth about my family. She'd known they would come after the money, which is why she'd insisted on ironclad legal protections and helped me document their behavior. In her final letter to me, delivered by her lawyer after the will reading, she wrote, My dear Olivia, they will try to paint you as crazy, unstable, incapable. This is their pattern. I've watched them do it to others who stood in their way. Document everything. Trust no one except verified professionals. And remember, staying sane in an insane situation is the greatest rebellion. All my love. Grandma. Dr. Kim became an unexpected ally through everything. He testified at the trial about recognizing the forgeries and my parents' behavior. He also published a paper on medical fraud detection that's now used in psychiatric training programs. Your case might save others, he told me after my parents' sentencing. Families attempting false psychiatric holds for financial gain is more common than people think. I used part of my inheritance to start a foundation helping victims of financial abuse by family members. We provide legal resources, safe housing, and documentation assistance. In our first year, we helped 47 people escape similar situations. My parents are due for release next year. They've sent letters through their lawyers demanding I support them when they get out, claiming I owe them for raising me. I don't respond. The restraining order is permanent, and I've legally changed my name. Sometimes I think about what would have happened if they'd succeeded. If Dr. Kim had been a different doctor, one who didn't check carefully, who believed official-looking papers over a frightened young woman's protests. I could have spent months or years fighting to prove my sanity from inside an institution while they drained my inheritance. Instead, their greed exposed them. They created such an elaborate lie that when it collapsed, it took their entire lives with it. The last time I saw them was at sentencing. My mother screamed that I was an ungrateful daughter who'd destroyed our family. My father just stared at me with cold hatred. I'm not the one who destroyed our family, I told them. You did that the moment you decided I was worth more as a financial asset than as your daughter. Now I live peacefully with the knowledge that my grandmother's final gift wasn't just money. It was freedom from the people who should have loved me but only ever saw dollar signs. And Dr. Kim? He keeps a photo from the trial in his office as a reminder to always verify, always question, always protect the vulnerable. Under it is a simple caption: trust but verify. Someone's life may depend on it. He was right. Mine did.